He was betrayed by his own brothers, but God was training a ruler. Imagine being 17 years old, and your own brothers decide you're worth more as money than as family. Joseph never imagined that the coat his father gave him would become the reason they stripped him of everything. One moment, he was sharing dreams. The next moment, he was staring up from the bottom of a dry cistern, hearing his brothers debate whether to kill him. That pit wasn't just a hole in the ground. It was the burial place of his childhood. Have you ever trusted people only to watch them become the source of your pain? Joseph was sold, chained, dragged to Egypt, and the dreams God gave him, they looked impossible now. Here is the tension of faith. God showed him a throne. Life handed him chains. In Potiphar's house, Joseph worked with integrity. No shortcuts, no bitterness, no rebellion. He honored God when nobody was watching. And just when it looked like promotion was near, false accusations struck. He was innocent, but innocence didn't stop the prison door from closing. Again. This is where most destinies collapse. Not in the pit, not in betrayal, but in prolonged waiting. Years passed, no applause, no explanation, no visible progress. But Joseph kept serving. He interpreted dreams in prison. He developed leadership in confinement. He grew in wisdom in obscurity. And then, suddenly, the shift came. Pharaoh had a dream. No one could interpret it, and the forgotten prisoner was remembered. In a single day, God moved him from a cell to a throne. But understand this, the palace was built in the pit. The authority was forged in the prison. God was not delaying Joseph. He was developing him. Character before power, humility before influence, wisdom before responsibility. Because if Joseph had become ruler without process, his insecurity could have turned into cruelty. Years later, he stood face to face with the same brothers who betrayed him. He had absolute power, and he chose mercy. That is not weakness, that is maturity. He said,
"What you meant for evil, God meant for good."
only someone who understands divine sovereignty can say that without bitterness. So what about you? Maybe you feel buried. Maybe you feel forgotten. Maybe you're in a season that makes no sense. But what if your prison is leadership training? What if your delay is divine construction? God is far more concerned with who you are becoming than how fast you are rising. The pit did not cancel the promise. The prison did not kill the calling. It purified it. So here is the real question. If this season is shaping you for something greater, will you resist the process or will you let it build you?